Your guardian angel is by your side to reveal something exciting. At this very moment, someone harbors intense feelings for you. It may seem that this person is distant, either physically or emotionally, but what truly matters is the new light in which he sees you. There is a marked change in the relationship between you, signaling a profound transformation in this person's heart. He finds himself in a strong need to share his feelings with you now, driven by a sense of urgency, as he intuits that his revelations will have a significant impact on your life. Perhaps you have already noticed that he was not the type to open up easily before. His feelings often remained veiled, as if hidden under a cloak of reticence. You might remember moments when he seemed on the verge of a confession, of a significant gesture, almost overflowing with emotions, but at the last moment, something made him pull back, sealing his feelings once more. This behavior may have been a consequence of a long practice of keeping his deepest emotions to himself, perhaps a habit shaped by the belief that it was safer or easier to simply go with the flow of the circumstances around him. However, a palpable change has recently emerged in the energy surrounding both of you. He now perceives that you are the catalyst for this transformation. The way you relate to him, your presence, your words, and even your silences seem to have triggered something new in his heart, something he can no longer ignore or suppress. This situation may be intrinsically linked to your recent actions or a sudden revelation he had about you. The emotional intensity he experiences now is not entirely unfamiliar to him. He has found himself at similar crossroads before. However, the crucial difference this time is his keen awareness that he must face and manage these emotions in a way that would have been quite uncomfortable for him until now. Normally, he would have opted to resist this intuitive impulse advising him to follow his heart, especially when it comes to you. But now, he recognizes the importance of not only accepting this impulse, but acting on it, even if it means stepping out of his comfort zone. It is a decision that transcends what is visible or known to you. He is facing a choice that not only challenges him personally, but also has the potential to significantly alter the dynamics between you two. He realizes that this is not a simple matter of casual choice or following a path of least resistance. What is at stake here is a deep and powerful need to make a substantial change, driven by a new understanding of what you mean to him and the impact you have on his emotional life. The energy now enveloping him is so intense it almost feels palpable, a vibrant force urging him to act. This energy is fueled by the duality of his feelings, a mix of fear and courage, hesitation and determination. He is aware that what he is about to do may be uncomfortable, perhaps even painful, but he firmly believes it is essential for his personal growth and for the evolution of your relationship. Therefore, although part of him wishes to keep everything as it is, following the logical and rational path to which he is accustomed, a more powerful force is compelling him to take a new direction, to listen to the voice of his heart. This order does not emerge from external advice or expectations of others, but from the most intimate recesses of his soul, where true emotions and desires reside, offering him crucial guidance at this very moment. Previously, he may have contained or even ignored these intuitive impulses, especially in matters related to you, perhaps out of fear of exposing his vulnerability or disturbing the status quo that seemed safe. However, now there is a clear perception that following the same path no longer serves him. The situation demands a change, a deviation from the usual course he has been following until now. This inner call to follow his heart is now undeniable and urgent. He recognizes that it is imperative to act according to this new guidance, although it may seem risky or out of his typical behavior. There is palpable energy surrounding a person who is clearly at a vital crossroads. He is immersed in deep reflections, pondering a myriad of questions, but it is notable that his main focus is on you. He can lose himself in thoughts about you, often wondering if you are aware of the intensity with which he thinks about you. This energy is incredibly rich in details. He may not verbalize all his thoughts and feelings directly to you, but he certainly processes them meticulously in his mind, mulling them over until he forms a clear understanding and then acts based on the conclusions he draws. He is also aware of how well you understand him, and this keeps him particularly attentive and engaged in this connection. The fascinating aspect of this dynamic is that although he ardently desires to be close to you, there is also a strong need for isolation, as if this time alone is crucial for making significant decisions or taking an important step in his life. He faces an internal struggle, a real tug-of-war between heart and mind, or perhaps between ego and soul, and this battle is intense. This duality reflects a rich and complex inner journey, where he balances the desire for intimacy and connection with a need for personal space and reflection. Each moment of solitude is a step in his search for answers, a necessary time for introspection and clarity. This internal battle is not just a confrontation of conflicting desires, but also a sign of his deep consideration for everything involving you. He perceives a significant transformation in the dynamic of your relationship and is consciously adjusting how he relates to you. Most of these changes occur quietly, behind the scenes of daily interactions, even though you maintain regular contact. This situation offers you a glimpse into how he is feeling internally and what he may be deliberately hiding regarding you and the connection you share. He wants you to understand that he has undergone a profound change in perspective, and that this new position was adopted after intense reflection and a sincere dialogue with his heart. Although his feelings for you are still present and significant, you may have sensed that it was beneficial for both of you to adopt a certain level of emotional distance, a kind of healthy detachment regarding this person. However, you may find yourself somewhat perplexed about his true feelings for you or what he plans to do next. There is a vibrant and intense energy that permeates your relationship, an almost palpable chemistry that allows both of you to easily pick up on each other's emotions and even thoughts when you are together. This deep connection is both a gift and an enigma. Despite this almost telepathic tuning, he seems to struggle with fully opening up, with expressing his feelings clearly and unequivocally, which might leave you questioning why he holds back, why he hesitates to let his emotions flow or act according to what he truly feels. He may not be completely transparent, and this reserve of his might be a result of significant challenges he has faced that have indirectly impacted the dynamic between you. These obstacles may have created emotional or psychological barriers that he is still trying to overcome. He might fear that by fully opening up, these vulnerabilities will become too evident, which could, in his perspective, alter the way you see him or affect the delicate balance of your relationship. Recently, a series of important revelations have emerged, aspects he can no longer ignore, prompting him to deep and significant reflection. Most crucially, he is aware that you have an exceptional clarity about who he truly is. You perceive the changes, even the subtlest ones, that have occurred in the dynamic between you. This perception on your part only intensifies the impact of these discoveries on him. He feels, perhaps with a hint of melancholy, that this specific chapter in your story may be coming to a close. However, at the same time, he senses that there is still much more to be discovered and explored in your relationship. Now, the decision is in your hands about whether you want to continue writing this story with him. It is a choice that carries the weight not only of continuing what has been built, but also of venturing into new emotional and relational territories. It is essential to remember that the current situation is permeated by an energy of curiosity, a living force that suggests not just the possibility, but the desire to explore new facets and depths in the relationship. He genuinely feels an intensely deep connection with you and, therefore, is approaching the next phase of your relationship with extreme caution. This is not just a sequence in the course of your lives, but a journey he recognizes as essential for himself. This message he conveys is a mix of conclusion and renewal. He is not entirely ready to definitively close this phase. What he clearly understands is that the way things were working between you is no longer sustainable, and the crucial moment has arrived to seek a new path forward. Thus, this moment marks both the end of a chapter and the beginning of another in the narrative of your relationship. He wants to make sure you are aware of this. Throughout the course of your connection, expectations may have arisen that were not met or promises that remained in limbo, unexpressed, and this influenced the dynamic between you. It is important to stress that this does not necessarily imply betrayal or dishonesty, but refers to commitments that, for some reason, were not honored, impacting the development of the relationship. Perhaps both of you have avoided openly discussing your mutual expectations or the direction you hoped the relationship would take. This impasse created a scenario where both of you feel out of alignment. Unmet expectations are causing visible cracks in the relationship. Instead of clearly communicating your needs and desires, you both ended up assuming that the other would intuitively understand such aspirations. This misunderstanding generated confusion and disappointment for both, carrying a heavy emotional baggage that now needs to be examined and resolved. It is essential to face and discuss these unfulfilled promises so that the bond between you can evolve in a healthy and constructive way. This situation conveys a powerful message about the transformation in this person's emotions and the need to follow his heart regarding you. There is a clear sense that a chapter in your connection has ended, but also the promise that a new chapter is about to unfold. He is in the process of discovering what the future might bring and extends an invitation for both of you to address the unfulfilled promises, engage in open and honest communication, to heal and strengthen the relationship you share. This is a critical moment, a turning point that demands introspection and sincere dialogue. The willingness to address these challenges will not only help heal existing wounds, but also pave the way for a more resilient and meaningful relationship. It is an opportunity to rediscover each other, to align expectations and renew mutual commitment on a more solid and transparent foundation. Thus, with awareness of past failures and omissions, and the courage to address them directly, you can begin this new chapter with a foundation of renewed understanding and respect. This journey of healing is not just about overcoming misunderstandings, but about building a future together that is enriched by honesty, empathy, and the unconditional love that once united you. This is a time for growth, transformation, and above all, reaffirming the connection you have, ensuring that this time, you both walk in the same direction with open hearts and clear expectations. Let your spirit absorb these words and allow them to resonate deeply within you. The universe, in its infinite wisdom and benevolence, ardently desires the best for you and is committed to ensuring a favorable outcome, regardless of the decisions you make along your path. By typing, "I feel blessed and aligned with the universe and will live the best phase of my life," you not only affirm your receptivity to positive vibrations, but also claim the numerous blessings destined for you. This act of affirmation is a powerful step towards manifesting the best experiences that the universe has to offer. Let us, therefore, be channels of positivity and kindness, extending these energies to each other and together creating a rising tide of good energy that can transform the world around us. By sharing these positive vibrations, we reinforce our connection with the universe and with each other, building a community of mutual support where love and positivity flow freely. Each word of affirmation and each act of kindness are like waves that propagate, reaching hearts and awakening souls, inspiring them to also be beacons of light in their own journeys. Thus, by claiming this message, you become part of a larger movement, a collective effort to elevate the planet's vibration and bring about the manifestation of the golden age of humanity that we all long for. Therefore, embrace this opportunity to align yourself with the cosmic forces and live fully the promise of a bright future, filled with joy, peace, and fulfillment. Did you know that it is possible to have a vision of your soulmate? It could be someone you already know or someone who has yet to cross your path. Click the link in the description to get a portrait of your soulmate. Let us elevate each other and create waves of good energy together. Stay tuned for the next important message awaiting you in the next video. May God and the universe illuminate your steps with peace, love, and faith. Amen.